All right. It's a little later than usual. Skip happens tonight because, you know what they say, when Skip happens, Skip really happens, and it was doing that tonight. Hello, everybody. My name's Skip Clark. I am the host of Skip Happens, and wow, I'm very excited to be talking to this young lady. Lanie Gardner, right there. She's the artist we're going to be talking to tonight. I'm going to do something here, Lanie. Just hold on one second because I want everybody to realize who you are. I don't think there's anybody that's going to be out there and they'll be going, I have no idea. But once I play this, they're going to know who you are. So, because this is what put you on the map. Big time on the map. Listen, if I close my eyes, I think it's Fleetwood Mac. So good. So good. Here we go.
Now here you go again. You say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep it down?
TikTok.
It's only right.
Yep. So do you remember that? What was that? 3.5, 4 years ago? A little while ago now. And it's that young lady right here next to me. It's Lanie Gardner.
Lanie Gardner.
Yeah. Is it Lanie or Lanie?
It's Lanie, but it's okay. There's a lot of people who have been trying to figure out which one it is because I usually don't really say my name much.
No. I know. I get that. But, you know, we think of Lainey Wilson. But then she's got the I in there. You don't have the I in there, so I didn't know if it was Lanie or say Lanie. I got it.
Oh yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah. Well, you are a internet sensation. You know, seriously, when I was given the chance to sit down and have a conversation with you, I said, "Yeah, what are you kidding? I'm going to say no. I don't think so." A young lady that you told me before the lights and the camera went on that you're in Nashville now, right?
Yes. Yep.
But where do you call home?
North Carolina, Burnsville, North Carolina. It's near Boone. It's kind of in the middle of Boone and Asheville. So it's a very small town in a valley of mountains. No one really knows where it's at unless you've been up there. So
how long does it take for you to get to like the Outer Banks from if you were to go home?
Oh my gosh.
We vacation there every year. That's why I always think whenever I talk to somebody from North Carolina, it's like, how far are you from the Outer Banks?
From the Outer Banks? Probably.
It's a little bit, huh?
Probably about 4 or 5 hours.
Damn, that's too long.
Yeah. North Carolina is very long. It's like
I get it.
It's not very wide, but it's very long. And so going from the mountains to the coast
like way over
takes
there.
A while.
You're way over there. Yeah. Wow. You know, your numbers, I was just these are probably outdated by now, but I did pull them up before we talked. YouTube, 53 million, Spotify, 65 million, Pandora, 4.7 thousand, Apple, 80,000, Amazon, 83K. What do you think about all that? That's you.
Oh, man, I think at some point numbers just became numbers almost. It was out of my comprehension almost. It was just like, all I was just grateful that people enjoyed the song and people found comfort in it. And so it was just like, thank you, you know? So
yeah. What, so you're a big fan of Fleetwood Mac?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you do really well. You're in your low 20s, correct?
Yes.
So Fleetwood Mac was like mom and dad's day.
Oh yeah.
But yet you're such a big fan. Why is that?
My dad definitely raised me up on a lot of Fleetwood Mac and AC/DC and Jimmy Buffett and just all sorts of everything just across the board of just, you know, some of those old legendary artists. And so I was very just thankful, to say the least, that
is so cool.
People had showed so much love towards the song. And it being a cover though too, so I was flattered.
Your voice, I would never know. I mean, you have a great voice, obviously.
Thank you.
Talking with you, but you would never know. I mean, that is so. I mean, if I was to close my eyes, as I said a couple of minutes ago, I would say Fleetwood Mac's on my phone. This is great. I'm playing a Fleetwood Mac song, but it was you.
Yeah,
it was Lanie Gardner.
Yep. But basically what we did is, well, I guess what I did, there was really no one there to help me out, but I'd started doing these live recordings with live audio. So I would hit record on my
Mhm.
camera and then hit record on my digital audio workspace or DAW. I was using Ableton at the time for any
Okay.
music nerds out there.
Oh, they're
So
fun, believe me.
so yeah, and then I would just put the video with the audio that I had just gotten, and there it was. So there's a lot of people had questioned if it was lip singing or anything like that, which I get, because a lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah,
do, but
yeah. And it was
no lip
good, right?
singing there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you do that, like, in a closet? They say
No,
one of the best places to go is in a closet.
my first studio was in my closet back home,
Really?
and because of the clothes and how it
Yeah,
dampens the
yeah.
sound and everything, so I would do my covers there. But I was at college during this time, and I was just sitting on my college apartment bed, and that's how I did Dreams.
And how did, all your colleagues, how did they accept it? Did they go, "Holy crap, girl, look at this. Look at these
Oh
numbers."
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was when it first started blowing up, of course, I started getting a lot of, because my friends have always been supportive of
Mhm.
of what I do and singing and everything like that. So they were definitely the first to call me and be like, "Hey, like, your video's doing really well on on social media." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I see. I didn't know. A lot of the times, I would just post it and then, not really look at it for a couple of days just so I wouldn't get too far into my head
Mhm.
about
Mhm.
things because I wasn't getting anywhere near those views before. So, yeah, it was actually my friends that first saw it, and so that's when I finally looked at it and I was like, "Oh, wow, I've never gotten anything like this before." So,
It's
yeah.
crazy. It's crazy. And on TikTok, it became some sort of, like, I remember seeing different videos of, individuals taking that song, and I don't know if they were skateboarding or what, but there was something to it, and I go, "Oh my god, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger," and then, it was a whole new thing going on with TikTok. So,
Yep, yep, that's actually how I found kind of reunited with the song. My
yeah.
dad obviously had played it, but when it resurfaced on radio,
Mhm.
because it was blowing up on TikTok, I was like, "Man, I miss this song, and I think it would be a good one to post." And I I sang it a couple times, just playing with it, and I was like, "Well, okay." Then I tried the karaoke version with it, and I was like, "I kind of sound all right on this song. I might, post it on YouTube." And so um, one morning I just, got the guts to do it and did it. So
So, and you
super
haven't
simple.
stopped. And you've done other Fleetwood Mac songs as well. I think I saw Rhiannon on there. I think I saw Landslide. Great,
Yep.
great, great song. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
gosh. Now, how long have you actually been in the music? Well, first of all, where did you go to college?
I went to Middle Tennessee State University in
Okay.
Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Yep. So what did you major in?
I majored in music business. I first
Yeah.
went for audio production, and then I was like, wow, like I don't know if I totally love the whole um, science of sound. I think I just liked it to just be, natural and by ear and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
not really know too much about it. But so I switched to music business because I had hoped to make a career out of music one day. So I figured music
That's what I
business would be
figured.
a good way to
That's
go.
what I figured. How long have you been doing music though? Did I read it was like 4 at the age of 4?
Yeah, I started singing according to mom. She said I was basically singing since I could talk.
Mhm.
And so she said, it kind of evolved into something um, where I could really carry a tune. And so they were very supportive of it from the very beginning. And it was cute at first, and then it turned into something that was like, all right, good
That's
job, Lanie.
Yeah, exactly. And when did you started writing at what age?
um,
Is it like 12, 13, somewhere?
12, yeah, 12 or 13. My dad had taught me how to play guitar. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I finally
Mhm,
asked
mhm,
him to teach me to play guitar. And as soon as I started playing guitar is when I started writing songs. And
mhm.
so beforehand, I would write songs like on the playground, just, not really writing them down, but just poems turned into mixed with singing kind of turned into just singing to myself. And so I like to think I was writing songs
But
before
you
12
were.
years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
Yes.
What
Yeah.
was that?
It was called I Love You.
Oh,
And it was about a boy in my class. And I actually performed it in front of the entire school, which I have no idea where I got the guts to do that. But
seriously.
yeah.
At
So
that age, they'd be
oh
like,
yeah.
oh no, they're not doing that.
Oh yeah. No, I think I have my mom and dad to thank for that because they were definitely, pushing me out of my
Yeah.
comfort zone for my with my best interest at heart because they knew I loved it. And so yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can see that you love it too. Tell us a little bit about your family. You said your dad taught you how to play guitar. He's a musician, then I would presume.
He's more of like a campfire musician.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, so he plays guitar for fun, which is a lot usually what people up in the mountains will do. It's just, making music and getting together and bringing whatever instrument you could
Mhm.
afford and it was just come to the house and we'll all play. His dad played guitar before him and I think my grandpa is who I really gained the inspiration to
Yeah.
move out to Nashville and actually do the whole music business thing. He had mentioned that he had died at a really
Oh, sorry.
at a, young age.
Yeah.
64 is young,
Okay. Be
and
careful there. I'm just saying.
yeah, 64 is young. And so when he had passed, I was actually 4 years old. So it was kind
Mhm.
of interesting how I started singing whenever he had passed. And so I truly believe that he passed that down to me after he had passed away. So
Yeah.
and he had said, if I had the money to make it out of Burnsville, and make it to Nashville, he thinks he would have made it big. So I
Wow.
kind of took that dream and
Well,
took
you're
it with
doing
me.
it. You're doing it, and he's watching you do it, and he's got to be so darn
Absolutely.
proud. Absolutely. So how long have you been in Nashville?
Nash Vegas. I've been here since 2017.
Oh, okay. All right. So you
Yeah.
moved there pretty young.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
did you go there on your own?
Well, the only way that I was going to make it out here with, financial support was if I went to college. And so I was very blessed with my parents helping to move me out there and pay for my schooling and
Yeah.
everything like that. And then once I moved off of campus is when I, started standing on my own 2 feet and
Right.
learned
Right.
how to be a big girl. And
Well,
so,
you got no choice. You got
yeah.
you're on your own. You're living your dream. You've got a passion for what you do. You actually performed at CMA Fest last time around, correct? In
Yes.
2023. How was
Yes.
that? Was the first time? Tell us about
Yes.
that experience.
So, of course, I was over the moon whenever they had announced that I would be playing CMA Fest. And honestly, I was in a group of artists that I adore. Some of the smaller artists in Nashville
Mhm,
that
mhm.
I'd actually become friends with
Cool.
too. Um, but I was just honored. I've seen my friends play the CMA Fest and just was waiting for my turn
Yeah.
basically, and finally got it. And so I was just
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
honored.
Which Lanie, which stage were you on?
Oh my gosh.
And you got to ride in the
Oh
golf cart. It's like people were they were taking you to different. I've been there, seen it. So
yeah, yeah. I can't remember the stage for some
was
reason.
it
I'm
the
blanking on the
riverfront
stage.
down by
Oh,
the river?
the Hard
Hard
Rock
Rock.
stage.
I got you.
Yes.
Right there on the river. Got you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit inward. It's right
It is.
outside the
Okay.
Hard Rock
Yes.
restaurant. Yep.
Yeah. But it's a stone's throw away from the river. We used
Oh
to
yeah.
the country radio seminar years ago. They used to dock the General Jackson there. And we used to go on that for a show while we were out there. And that, I want to say it was RCA, Sony, that group. They'd bring
Mhm.
all their artists on board, and then we would just cruise down the river and we would listen to all of them play live. And
Wow.
it was always a lot of fun. They don't do it anymore. They don't do a lot of things anymore. And things are
Yeah.
changing. But exciting. Do you have plans to be back there this year?
We are hoping. We've
Okay.
definitely, kind of threw our name in there to hopefully get it this year. And I think we got some good luck in that. So we will see.
So, of course, before we went on, and I'm kind of hanging out, just going through things on the computer, and I came across a video, and I went, no kidding. It's you and Jelly Roll. And
Yeah.
you were opening for Jelly Roll.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know. Just to have that's got to be crazy. I mean,
Oh
Jelly
yeah.
Roll is one of the biggest artists nowadays, and we have Lanie Gardner opening up for Jelly Roll.
It was surreal, honestly.
Yeah,
I was he definitely, believes in me, and that's all I could ask for.
he's a great guy.
We
He's got a
Oh
lot
yeah.
going. So,
Yes, we're under the same management
mhm.
right now, so it's been a pleasure just to getting to know him and his team, and I can tell you for sure that they are one big family out there, and it's what I was hoping for because
Yeah.
I grew up very family oriented, and when
Mhm.
you can have that in a business, it's just something really special. So, and he is inspirational to me, and he answers questions that I have, and just all sorts of advice. Being patient was a big one that
I
he
was going
is.
to ask if he gave you some really good advice. I mean, here's a
Yes.
man that's been on both sides, and now he's very focused and
Oh
he's
yeah.
really good. I was wondering what kind of advice that somebody like that would give somebody like you.
Yes. Yes. Patience was a big one, and he said, there's gonna be times where you think that you should be um, somewhere already, and he just said, you're gonna weigh yourself out doing that. So he just said, let things come and as they may, and work hard and hustle. And he said, just love what you do and enjoy it. And so he's awesome.
You're on your way. And Jelly Roll is right. Just it's patience. You are on your way, and it started with actually when you were 4 years old and losing your grandpa, because I believe he had a lot to do with this. And now look at him, or look at you, and he's watching you, and now you're living in Nashville.
Hmm.
I would assume that you're in meetings during the day. You have songwriting sessions. Talk about that. What is your day like?
Um, we do have a lot of writing sessions right now. We're working on, projects and just
Mhm, mhm.
figuring out what we're going to do this year. We're really excited about this year. But that's pretty much what a day looks like, is just going to writer sessions, and then I do make time for friends and family as much as I can because I think that's important. We're in a lot of meetings right now, just looking for publishers and record
Right,
labels and
right.
opportunities and everything. So it's a lot of stuff is on the phone right now rather than too much of stuff in person, just because everyone is so busy out here. So, but most of these meetings, thankfully are in person. But the ideas and the events, opportunities, and stuff like that are usually on the phone.
So when you get
So
oh, yeah, sorry, I cut you off. My bad.
no, 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 go ahead. Yeah,
I have a bad habit of doing that, and I just gotta stop. But,
me
so
too.
when you have friends that come into town, you have family that comes into town, and they say, "Laney, what can we do? Let's go do something." Where do you take them?
Broadway, everybody's gotta go to Broadway. Um, I take them to Bar Taco, which is a great
Oh,
restaurant. It's my
yeah.
favorite
Yeah, yeah,
restaurant.
yeah.
Um, a lot of bar areas just
Right,
because,
right. How about
we're
the
a big
Gulch?
party family.
You take
So
them to the Gulch?
oh, yeah. To
Very
go to the Gulch, 12 South, Midtown,
yeah,
Demumbrian Street,
yeah. I used
so
to call that Demon Burrow. That when it like over 20 years ago when I first started going to Nashville, and I'd be in the well, back then it was a cab heading to downtown, and it's like trying to pronounce it, go, oh, this is Demon Burrow, or
yeah.
not Dememberand. So
Oh, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
Demumbrian. We
Demumberand,
actually
that's
had
it.
Yes, we actually had a friend that came down that pronounced it like that, and she's like, "I don't know if I wanna go down this street." So,
Especially with that name. Um,
yeah.
so do you know anything like this upcoming summer, whereabouts you're gonna be? You're gonna be out on tour with Jelly again? What's going on? Do you know?
Um, We are doing 2 festivals, Tailgate and Tall Boys,
Okay.
and, another one that I'm blanking out on, but anyway, 2
Yeah,
upcoming
yeah.
2 upcoming festivals, and then hopefully some, like, little one-off dates. If we get a tour, that would be fantastic. There's some opportunities that are coming in right now, and we're kinda just sifting through everything as to what we believe would be, a good idea and helpful and just, making sure everything fits and,
Mhm.
um, but mostly I think I might be around Nashville just writing music and working on projects and, you
Very
know, yeah.
So, was this a big weekend hearing your new single on like Sirius and another radio station or some radio stations? Can you tell us about that a little bit?
I I my mom had played the highway and what we call 99.9 Kiss Country in Asheville,
Yep.
and she would turn it on every morning, and we would just hear, everybody talk on it, and we would hear celebrities or country artists come on there and, give their little introduction, and then their song would play, and so I remember telling mom, on my more, confident days, that, one day that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be on there. Had no idea how it worked or anything like that, but I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna have a song on there one day." And so, um, actually hearing it on the highway for the first time
That's big.
ever,
Yeah.
on the radio at all, was really, really special, and so we FaceTime mom and dad and got them in on it because they couldn't be here, but,
You can
it
hear
was
the
awesome.
screaming, the laughing, the jumping over the furniture, everybody. Or did you
Yeah.
no, wait a minute, I think when I was watching it, you may have ran out to the car or something. It's like everybody jumped into the car. Uh,
Yes.
was that a brother in the back seat?
No, that was my boyfriend.
At Max?
No, that's not Max.
Oh,
Max was no,
sorry.
no, Max was the old that's okay. Max was
Saw
the
that
old one. Yeah, yeah. I don't even know how anybody found
is
out about
asking me
that
a question.
old boyfriend,
I don't
you
know.
know?
Yeah, yeah. That is so
But
cool, though. I
yep,
was,
so his name's Fisher, and then I had my best friend
sorry.
next to me in the driver's seat.
Yeah, okay. I thought that
So,
was so cool though. And I love seeing the expression, a new artist like you, an independent artist, somebody that's making headway, going to be somebody. And you just the joy and the excitement and the look on somebody's face when they hear that, because you've worked so hard to get to that point. And now
yeah.
there's a whole lot in front of you yet too, which is cool. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I
Yes.
love it.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about the song.
6 feet deep. So, it might come as a shock to people. Because I usually write my own music, but I
Mhm.
actually didn't write 6 feet deep. It was sent to me, through Republic, who I was signed to at the
Mhm.
time. They
Yep.
had pitched it to me, and, at first, like, I wasn't into the whole, like, 6 feet deep thing, like, catching somebody or, like, just getting rid of somebody, but, I'd actually never sang the song before we went into the studio to cut it.
Oh
I
wow.
never sang it all the way through, I just kinda listened to it and,
Mhm.
I didn't really think I was gonna cut it, so I was just like, "Oh, whatever, I'll just, give it a try." And so, went in there and they said, "We're gonna get levels on vocals, so just sing the whole thing, all the way through." So I'm standing there, I've got my headphones on, and I go to sing it and, sing it all the way through, and I just remember by the end of the song, I was just shaking and just vibrating, and it was kind of just a realization point of, I didn't know I could sing that way, first of all. I'd always just sang those little pretty acoustic songs,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
it was almost like, a release of the angry part of relationships and, fury and everything. And so, um, it felt really good. And so that was kind of the birth of, a little bit more grittier Lanie Gardner. So,
Yeah, yeah, Laney, I watched the video too, and I think the guy flipped you off when he was leaving the
oh
door.
yeah.
I mean, the video it's really good, well put together.
Well, that was a fantastic video. I'm really
Mhm.
happy with it. So, very blessed to be able to work with the people I did for it.
Yeah, who was in the video? Because I saw a little caption under it, "Thanks for having me in your video." Uh,
Yeah.
is that one of your best friends, or is it a BFF of some sort, or who was the guy?
So Ambi, I didn't know Ambi beforehand. So she was the
Okay.
female in
Mhm.
the video, and she's very very nice. I met her on set of the video. But Caden McGuire, um, he's one of my good friends.
Cool.
So
Very
yeah.
cool. Very cool. Love it. So, what else? What do you do for fun? It sounds like you're so wrapped up in this. I mean, you're out of school now, you're out of college, and
Mhm.
you're doing your own thing. Your meetings and your songwriting. But when you want to take a break from all that, what do you do?
Um, Gosh, I guess just hang around my friends, and we
Yeah.
just go and do fun things, like go watch, movies at the theater,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
we'll go to the bars, obviously. I like preferably, I like going to, like, bonfires, like, out in the middle of
Oh,
a
those are good
field
too.
somewhere,
Yeah.
and or, like, little house parties or something, just a little bit, like, smaller group setting. I just
Mm.
really enjoy just the more intimate, like, relationship building
Now,
spaces.
we have the big game. The Super Bowl is coming up this weekend, and do you
Yes.
watch any of football? Does your boyfriend watch it? How does all that go?
I don't think he really keeps up with it. I know some of my friends do. I don't really keep up with it too much, but we definitely watch the Super Bowl every year.
Yeah, it
I'm
makes
actually
for a
going to
good
be in
party.
Charlotte, North Carolina for it this year with
Oh,
my
cool,
family.
cool.
So,
Makes for a good party. I like that.
oh yeah.
And, speaking of Charlotte, now you said the rest of your family is there. Are you into NASCAR or anything like that?
I do like NASCAR. I don't keep up with it. Like I said, I kind of just keep up with more music industry things and um unfortunately social media things. Sometimes it gets
Oh, yeah, I
overwhelming,
mean,
but it's
that's
it's not it's not too bad. But
yeah,
keep up with that. And my mom and dad are actually still in Burnsville, North Carolina,
nice,
but my
nice.
siblings are all in Charlotte.
Very cool,
So
very cool. Have you been asked to, sing the national anthem at any of these sporting events? I mean, there's so much going on now.
yeah, so growing up, I actually had a lot of practice singing the national anthem.
Oh,
I
good
would
for
sing
you.
it for the high school football games and the basketball games, and I would sing it for actually casino events
Yeah.
and the PBR, professional bull riding.
Mhm, mhm.
I actually got to sing it while I was still in school, and um, here recently, I think I sang it, not really recently, but outside of school, high school, Vanderbilt football.
Mhm, mhm.
I
Wow.
think I think hopefully NASCAR at some point, so I'd really like to do that.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food, fajitas.
Yeah, you mentioned they have good fajitas in that place you mentioned a little while ago, right?
I
Don't
don't
they?
I don't I don't know if they have any fajitas there. Most of it's like taco, like
Yeah,
S
okay.
things like fish
No?
tacos, oyster
Okay.
tacos, pork
Alright.
belly tacos.
I got you. Do you ever go to the Nashville Sounds to go to the, AAA team that's there, baseball? They don't have a major league team yet, but,
Mhm.
they're talking
I've
about it.
I've never been.
Really?
I've been to the Nashville Soccer League, which
Okay.
I also sang the national anthem for, actually. I can't believe I forgot that one.
Yeah,
But yeah, I've never been. I'd love to go to a baseball game though, Nashville Sounds.
yeah.
So
With oh, yeah, always a good time. We have a AAA team here, we're in Syracuse, so we're with the New York Mets, so it's always a lot of fun. Um, what, would you say is the craziest thing that has ever happened to you in your career so far?
oh man.
No, it's a tough question, I get it, but you know what? You live, you learn, and you move on.
I hmm, like negative or just like
No, it's just something like something you're always gonna remember as long as, you're doing this or forever, forever,
um
or maybe not.
I think when I opened for Jelly Roll in South Dakota in front of the arena,
Mhm.
and when he asked me to come out on stage, and we had the crowd sing Simple Man back to us,
The
and I
Spinners
think
song.
that's when,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, okay.
and I think that's when I realized that I would kill to do this for, my entire life. And
Just want to pinch yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was insane. And hopefully one day I'll have as great of a community around me as Jelly Roll does with his fans and
Right. Happen.
supporters. And
I'll tell you.
so yeah,
Yeah.
fingers crossed, man.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. What about social media? I read your numbers here a little while ago, the views and the streams. I'm sure there are a lot more now. I don't know how recent those numbers were, but there's a good side, and then there's got to be a bad side. What is the bad side to all that
I
in your?
think social media, I think, I haven't really gotten a whole lot of negative comments. My fan base is pretty protective of me, which I'm so thankful
Love it.
for.
Love it.
I think probably just the discouragement of if a video doesn't do as well as other videos, just like simple stuff. I don't think I've been exposed to my personal life really being exploited or anything.
Sure.
So yeah, I think that's the worst right now, which I'll probably look back one day and, laugh and
Oh,
just,
God.
wish it was like that, but
Yeah.
that's probably the worst
And
part.
obviously, the good thing is it got you to where you are now.
That's the best part, is that it's a fantastic tool for people who live in the middle of nowhere.
No, exactly right. Look at the artists that we have. I know every afternoon, I got the Zach Bryan, Warren Ziders. I got these artists that y- were just, social media, and then they
Mhm.
noticed, and just like with you, and now they're at the top of the charts. It's
Yeah.
great. Zach Bryan, his fan base is just unbelievable. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Mhm.
This is what's happening to you. So that's a good thing. I just hope it doesn't like overwhelm you, like your life, and because you still have to have a life of your own. You still have to
Yeah.
be able to do things you enjoy. If you want to go down on Broadway when you can walk on heads, it's so crowded that you should have that opportunity. And I speak
Yeah.
from experience because I can tell you, we were there in June for the NASCAR race, my wife and I, and we were there for the whole weekend. I said, "Come on, Saturday night." I said, "Let's walk on over to Broadway." Number one, it was the Saturday night, so it was a mistake.
Oh, no.
And it's cool to see. And the music, every place has got the music blaring. Everybody's having a good time, but it was just so crowded,
It's
so crowded.
horrible. It's
And
horrible.
yeah. And there were so many brides to be, and it was just crazy.
Oh,
Like a
yeah.
group over here and a group over here, and it's just like, okay, we need to go back to the hotel.
Time to go. We've had enough.
Do you what place is on the outskirts of town though? I used to go and hang at the Station Inn. I love the Station Inn.
Station Inn, I've actually been there once, and I
Yeah.
really liked it. It was really nice.
Yeah, it
Um,
kind of, how do you want to like, it's a honky tonk, but it's not, I mean, how can I say that it's like run down, but it's cool.
yeah.
At least it was when I was there. I'm trying to think of the right words to use, but
No,
that
yeah, I totally understand what you're saying.
the atmosphere, and I loved it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, that more retro vintage kinda,
Mhm.
like, not really corporate kind of feeling,
Right,
just
right,
just
right.
just
I'm
one
not
of
a
those
corporate
dive
guy.
bars. Good old dive, me neither. So,
Corporate thing. I don't do that anymore.
yep,
What
yep, but I
about
really like Rosemary. Rosemary is a really
Oh yeah.
fantastic bar, but it just caught on fire, so,
No.
um, yeah, it caught on fire. It didn't burn everything down, but they've gotta repair a lot of things, so I'm
Yeah.
waiting for it to come back up. It's a great bar.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. What about radio? How are you pushing any of your music to radio? I know we talked about Sirius a few minutes ago. We talked about the radio station in Nashville, but are you overall, are you pushing all your music to radio? Am I going to see something land on my desk here pretty quick, or what's the deal with that?
We're hoping to grab a spot on radio. We definitely pushed 6 Feet Deep to radio, and they loved the song, so they put it on their rotation, and hopefully some of our new music will make it out there, and
So when
people will
you
be able to see it.
Laney, when you talk about radio though, you're talking about the station in Nashville that they put in the rotation, or radio stations in general?
radio stations in general.
So
Yeah, we're trying to go everywhere.
yeah, when I get back in the office in the morning, I'm definitely gonna take a look. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's see here. What else can I ask? What do you drive?
I drive a Jeep, a white Jeep.
Yeah. What
A
year?
Jeep Sahara.
Yeah, look
Uh,
at you.
2021. I've always
Love it.
loved
Love it.
Jeeps and just because I
Yeah.
love the beach and I like all things just cruising and must be why I
You-
like Fleetwood Mac so much.
Yeah. So you crank up Fleetwood Mac and do you cruise on the beach?
Yes.
You go, girl. Wow. Wow.
I mean, you gotta live an easy. That or Jimmy Buffett. Jimmy Buffett
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
definitely or Bob Marley.
Oh wow. Look at you.
So
Look at you. I love it. I love it. I love it. What is the reaction today? I don't know if you're around other people or not that we're talking about this, but the fact that we lost Big T last night,
oh my
yesterday,
God.
Toby Keith, so sad, so sad. But
Yes.
there's a lot of buzz coming out of the Nashville community about that, and he was only 62, and cancer sucks. We know that. So
Yep. Yep. I honestly he died way too young and it definitely shook Nashville. It shook the world, I think. Anybody who's a Toby Keith fan, especially, country music fans. Toby Keith basically said a lot of things that
Mhm.
sorry, there's a car alarm going off. Okay, it stopped.
Your Keith, is it?
I know, that's why I looked outside for a second. But no, he said a lot of things that other people wouldn't in country
Mhm,
music
mhm,
and did it,
mhm.
as tastefully as possible, I think.
Yeah,
But he is just
yeah,
he seemed to be a rebel at heart, but was just a
yes,
good man. And I wish I could have got to meet him. But I'll just have to meet him later. So
yeah, yeah. I was going through a lot of my picks today, and I went to Chicago to see him once, spent time with him. Radio thing many years ago. Toby flew like 60 radio program directors out to his place in Norman, Oklahoma, for a round of golf. I don't play golf, but I still went. In a party afterwards at his house, and it was just a time I will never ever forget. It was Toby being Toby, crazy, enjoyed his beer, if you know what I mean. It was a good time. And then there were other times in Nashville that my wife and I both got many opportunities to hang with Toby. So it's
oh
just
yeah,
he's going to be missed. And you're right, when it came to speaking his mind, he didn't hold back. But
he sure
that's
did.
what Toby was about. So
Yep, yep, and he did. He was very proud of where he came from, and that was something that I definitely related to, and something that my mom even. Of course, I called my parents up. I'm like, "Did you see? Did you see?" And because they're big Toby Keith fans, and that's what my mom had mentioned too. She was just, he's proud of where he comes from, and he's proud of who he is, and I just I wish I got to meet him.
yeah, we talk about all this stuff with the socials and how dreams went viral and all that. What your parents' take on that? What was that? Were they like, "Oh my God, this is crazy, girl"? What were they? How did they feel about all that?
I think they had been waiting for it for a long time,
Yeah,
and they were the type of parents that um, want the best for their kids and hope that all their dreams come true. And so I think they saw the ups and downs of just waiting for that moment, and I think they were very overjoyed when it finally happened for them. It was kind of a stress lifted off their shoulders of just, is it going to happen for? Is it going to not? And um, they were very, very happy, to say the least.
that I want to say, not only did I see that on TikTok and on the socials, I want to say it definitely hit the news too. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was on various programs. I might have seen it because you did such a great job with that cover. Has anybody from like Fleetwood Mac, if they reached out to you, or anybody from that genre?
Yes, so Mick Fleetwood actually reached out to me
Oh
on
my God.
TikTok, out of all places,
Yeah.
and, I remember the morning that I saw it. I can't remember what time he had sent it. It may have been the day before, and I just saw it the day after, but the morning of I saw it, and I ran into my dad's bedroom, and I said, my mom and dad's bedroom, They were getting ready to get up and get ready for work, but I said, "You will never believe who just texted me," and I mentioned it was Mick Fleetwood, and Dad leaped out of bed in his underwear and started running around the house. It was just hilarious. And he
Oh,
was
wow.
just like, Lanie, you don't understand. That's a legend. That's a legend.
Yeah. Well, he's
And I
right.
don't think I would understand because I didn't live, during that time to really just connect with that artist. And so seeing his
Mhm.
reaction was, made me more excited about the whole thing. So yeah.
What about collaborating with somebody? I know you're doing the thing with Jelly, but if you could, anybody but Jelly Roll, who would you collaborate with? Love to collaborate with.
Probably Miranda Lambert. I looked up to her my entire life just on the
Mhm.
songwriting aspect and listening to her sing. I think I've taken a little bit of um, just inspiration from her. Chris Stapleton would be
Oh
absolutely
my,
amazing.
yeah.
Um, if it was like an alive or dead thing, probably Amy Winehouse, if she was still with us, and
Oh, yeah.
big fan of her.
Cool.
So yeah, those are just some of the few.
Your dream tour. Who, if you had the option of going on tour with anybody, who would that be?
Hold on. Can you still hear me?
I hear you.
You
Yes.
can still hear me? I've lost sound.
Uh-oh.
This is not good. Hold on.
Okay, I'm hanging. But, Lanie
Gosh, what's
Gardner
happened
is
here?
who we're talking to tonight, and of course,
Let's
can
see.
you
Let's
hear me?
see.
Hello. But anyways, Lanie, if you watch the TikTok video of Dreams, Fleetwood
Um,
Mac, and, Landslide, and some of those other ones, this is the young lady that did that. Now she's living in Nashville. This is pretty cool and doing some really, really good stuff. So just a little bit of a disconnect with the sound. No! That's all. So this is,
this happened to us earlier. I don't know
yeah,
exactly what he's
yeah,
saying there, but he's probably explaining
I
as to
was.
what happened
I
earlier.
I was. You know what we could do? Here, watch this. We can say good night. So here's, you know what? This is the old fashioned way. So we can say, let's say good night. So hang on. This is what we're doing here. Watch this.
Hold on, we're gonna see. I can't see
Whoop.
the screen right now. Oh wait, what'd you say?
I don't know. Hang on. This is like, did I fold it wrong? Oh, we can do this. We can say, let's say good night. No, you can't read it.
I'm trying to read it. Mirrored.
Wait a minute. No, holy cow. Hang on a minute. It's mirrored. You're right. And that shouldn't be like that. So we're going to do this. Let's see. Now we do this. All right. Look, I know this is what we're going to do. And she is actually probably dialing
Let's
my
see.
phone.
You know what we should do?
Yes, do it. Anyways, Lanie Gardner, this is great because, guess what? So don't ever think that. I have her number and she's got my number. There
Here
she
we
is.
go.
There you go. You know what? What I wanted to do was right now, I just wanted to thank you for joining us. Lanie Gardner, we spent a lot of time together tonight.
Just trying to figure out everything.
Yeah, exactly. And actually now she has my number, so she's probably going to prank call me. So no, I'm just kidding. But hang on to that. Hang on to the number because country radio seminars in a couple of weeks. Love to be able to shake your hand and thank you for being who you are. And you can find us in bar lines, just saying. Which is in the Omni Hotel. So that's pretty cool. Can you what are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
All
hear
right,
you.
we're back. I think we're back.
What?
I don't
Okay.
know what it's doing. It's so weird.
Really?
We can
Can
also
you?
continue if you would like to until it messes up again.
No, we're good. We're good. I've taken up a lot of your time tonight, and it wasn't my intention to do that, but we got it all figured out, and that's why Skip Clark. It Skip happens, and and it happens. But real quick, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully,
Dream, girl, dream.
hopefully with a Grammy, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Just seeing the Grammys here recently, I just, it was definitely just I wish, I was there. And so hopefully with a Grammy and hopefully with a good solid career and hopefully still doing it,
What was
So
before we say goodbye, and you're mentioning the Grammys, so I know what my favorite part was, and I have the feeling it might have been the same with you, of the Grammys. What was your favorite part?
Miley Cyrus's performance was
Oh,
just
wasn't
immaculate,
thinking that.
and
Yep.
I really love Miley Cyrus. That's another collaboration I would just love to do.
Mhm,
She definitely went all out, and she's just awesome.
mhm.
And then Lainey Wilson's speech I thought was
Oh
really
my god,
personal and
love Lainey.
fantastic, and so
Lainey's the best. One of the
she
best.
is.
They're all good. They're all good. I don't mean she is the best. You're the best. They're all good. You're all good. I was gonna say, of course, the Tracy Chapman, Luke Combs, and Luke kept looking at her like he was in awe that Tracy Chapman was on that stage at 59 years old, singing like she didn't miss a beat. And it was just like brought tears to my eyes. I remember the original when Tracy did it and Luke Combs
Mhm.
did it, and to have them both on stage, to me, that was the highlight of the night.
Oh my god, yeah.
What was the mess up of the night? This is what I'm thinking. Now, you know how they go back and they remember all those that have passed throughout the year.
Mhm.
That that was very sloppy put together. You saw Jimmy Buffett, then you didn't see Jimmy Buffett, then you saw Jimmy Buffett, then you had uh, Stevie Wonder singing, and then it
Mhm.
cut. It was just kind of a sloppy mix, and it kind of dragged on. I know it needs to be recognized, and I saw a good friend of mine, Charlie Monk, on that screen, and it's like wow. But still, it to me that wasn't very well put together. But the
Yep,
rest
we
of the
have
show,
we have a lot to owe to them, and
yeah,
so I think,
yes,
anything that is done should be done, well thought out, and,
mhm, mhm.
I completely agree. We owe everything to these legends, just, basically
Absolutely.
paving the path for us, and,
For
you
you,
know
yeah, absolutely. And hopefully someday I'm gonna go. Is that Lanie Gardner? Oh my God, look at her. You know what I would love to do? I'd love to be on that red carpet someday. I mean, I've
Oh
done
my
a lot of
gosh.
interviews in my life. I've done a lot of shows. We do the Syracuse Area Music Awards. We do all that. But at that level, I would love to be on the red carpet. I just eat that stuff up and I just love doing it. I love talking to people. Hence, that's why we're talking tonight. And it's
Absolutely.
so cool. It's so cool. Well, I'm not going to keep you any longer, Lanie. Lanie Gardner, if somebody wanted to get info on you, check on your music. I know you dropped some songs back in October as well. If somebody
Mhm.
wanted to get all that, where can they go?
If you're on Facebook, Instagram, pretty much any social media, there is a link in my bio that takes you to all of those things. We've tried to make it, as easy as possible for people to see everything that we're doing right now. But music wise, it's on Spotify, Apple Music, it's everywhere on every music platform, YouTube. So there's a lot of access points. So
Love it. Love it. And I hope to see you on the road this summer too. We make our rounds. So that's
yes.
pretty cool. And will you be with Jelly again?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think I think we've definitely got some plans where we'll reunite with Jelly, and if he'll have me.
I no doubt. There's no doubt. Lanie Gardner, thank you again for joining us on Skip Happens. You're a great person, great personality, fantastic talent. You've got it all going, and you're on your way. You're on your way. Just don't look
Thank
back.
you.
Keep looking ahead. All right. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for
Thank
watching,
you so much
everybody.
for having me.
Lanie Gardner, everybody. There she is.